Feels good.
Oh my God.
That's so hard.
That's so cool. This is like a snake charmer. I'm gonna do anything you say.
Those are your next tricks.
I'm in. Let's go. Shut up. Bro! Amazing.
Welcome. Here we go.
And I'm not Tony Hawk.
So Andy Anderson's here. He's outside. He's skating.
It makes sense that he's not here and that he's skateboarding.
Yeah. Yes.
Pointed at me.
He just blew my mind with some freestyle moves.
The backwards thing.
He did switch spacewalk. And then he asked me to send a video to Rodney Mullen
Rodney, I have a question for you. I'm sure you've done it.
of how do you do 360s and then stop spinning and then do them the other way. And he kind of did it.
So he doesn't really need to know?
I mean, it looked like it was extremely difficult and a little wobbly, but
Wait, 360, then stop, then
stop
360?
and then 360 the other way. Yeah.
Without putting your front wheels down?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Does he
He'll
like...
be here in a second, so we can ask him.
There's one trick I want to get, which is like.
wave right off for a second and then go the other way?
No.
Just
No,
stop.
just one place. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a skater a lot.
I don't know. I don't know how you find those balance points.
Next try.
Did you see that video?
Oh, yeah. Those last couple of hand plants I did while you were teaching Ian were good.
Yeah. We're good.
We're safe.
Okay. Well, hopefully
This
that's
is such a good thing for me because that trick, once I did like, 7 of them, it's like it was, where it's like, hand plant, duh.
Yeah, yeah.
But before that,
yeah.
all this time that we've been skating with each other, if you're like, hey man, do an invert, I'd be like, really? Do I need to? Like, what's it for?
is that necessary for
Yeah.
this?
Like, I was having a pretty good day, man. You
Yeah.
have to put the pressure on. Like, now it's like, yeah, stand on your hand, watch the landing, roll away. Like it used to be.
It is. I mean, but when there's no deck, it's a different. It's just a different mindset.
Right, but that's why I wanted to do them and have them stable, because I'm like, dude, I'm going to do a hand plant next to you on a spine on a ramp that I don't ride, and I already hate doing hand plants.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get back to, like, knowing what a hand plant is.
Right.
Because I don't want to waste, you know what I mean? Like, taking a photo, I'm making it. Yeah, you want to do another one? Yeah, watch me make another one. Okay, well, good. Okay, goodbye.
I'm assuming that it'll be done by the time this airs. What was the end goal? What are we doing that for?
Well, I mean, mainly for my living room.
Okay. Got it.
But Hulk versus Wolf, I mean,
Yeah.
an ad? What ad? Where? Like, I'm not,
Where do these ads
Transworld?
exist?
Yeah, like,
It's like videos on MTV.
yeah, like we could post
Are they
it.
played somewhere?
We could post it on our
Yeah.
Instagram and be like,
We did it.
remember the chin thing? Like one guy, the other guy, I don't know, but he's on the show with the guy.
We should do two things that mirror each other. I don't know what, but
Backside airs is sketchy because they're gonna hit tails. You did that,
No.
though, right? Didn't you do that with Lance?
backside airs. No, because both Mike and I are goofy footed, so we're on like
You come across each other.
yeah.
Okay, so if we, so we're mirrored no matter
We're
what.
mirrored on everything.
Grab
Yeah.
my hat.
Indies.
Oh man, Indy airs on that ramp. It was a bummer.
Thank you.
Right, good point. Oh yeah, aerials on that.
Yeah. Hey,
Am I coming in?
Yeah, we're waiting for you.
we were talking about you.
Oh man.
It was good.
What's up, Andy?
Not I'm chilling.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
It's kind of on brand that you're just skating, like literally sweating, and then coming in here.
Dude, well,
We were just doing that too.
I feel like you.
Let me get this stuff out of your hair. I'm sorry.
You're the bomb. Oh, you're perfect, Ian.
Hey, Ian, you were already on an episode. This is not your episode.
I'm trying to make Andy not be in my sweat cheeks.
Oh my God, dude.
I know, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this should be like the leather one that doesn't absorb water, like the ones out there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, we need a leather couch, Tony. I'm joking.
Hey, what time is it?
It's time for Andy's podcast to start.
Sorry, you're right. You're right. That's not my helmet.
It's time for you to go drop in again,
You're right.
Damn.
Take it easy out there.
or go
Hey,
to the hospital. I'm not sure which.
Hey, take it easy out there. Hey,
He only goes to the hospital.
take it easy out there, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
And is there headphones? No, you guys don't
Nah.
have headphones?
No, this is
We're
it.
new
You're on the
school.
show.
Oh, I can wear my helmet then.
You're a fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Is it a better helmet than like everybody's vert helmet? Like
Dude.
as in when you hit your head on the ground?
Oh, as in when you hit your head on the ground? I don't know. As long as you're not rocking a soft foam, it'll be better.
Yes. I can't tell you how many vert skaters I've tried to convince that to, and
Well, the soft foam is like
it doesn't do anything.
it's
Yeah.
just a fashion thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like not a fashion thing that like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's
I
No,
unfortunately
there was a bad incident here with soft foam, and
yeah.
didn't change their mind.
yeah, it's a gnarly. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go for it. It's your interview, buddy.
No, but it's a gnarly thing, right? Like I used
Yeah.
to wear wakeboarding helmets
Yeah.
because they're thinner.
Okay.
And I was always like, well, with the hard foam, if you hit it once, then you got to get a new helmet. If you drop it from 3 feet, you got to get a new helmet for insurance.
Right.
But if I get the wakeboarding helmet, I can hit my head like 30 million times.
Yeah, you won't wake up at 30 million times.
Yeah, you won't. Yeah.
Have you gotten a concussion?
I've gotten a couple concussions, all with a helmet on though.
So it
Yeah.
would have been way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, most memorable one is like bombing this hill out front of my parents' house down to the beach. And I was power sliding and there was like a change in concrete. And I was young. I was maybe like 12, 13. And I just remember like
Oh, like
hitting
it
that-
got super rough and pitched you forward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the opposite. It was rough and then it got smooth.
Oh,
And it-
wow.
and it pitched me. And just mid power slide. And then I just woke up in the middle of the road
Wow.
By yourself.
by myself, like 12 or 13, and then I remember like I couldn't get up, so I like rolled over to the side of the road into the grass, and then passed out again.
Yeah, in and out of
That's
consciousness.
traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm in this street. I should get out of this street, and then like go
Wow.
over.
Did your parents know that you had a concussion when you got home?
I told them what happened. I don't hide things from my parents. We got a really good relationship.
Good.
Yeah, my first concussion was on roller skates.
No.
Yeah, roller
No.
skates out in our neighborhood. I don't know. I was maybe 7 or 8 or something, and I guess I fell. I learned all this later, but I fell in the alleyway. All my friends were roller skating too, and they said I was snoring, and then I got
Wow.
up and immediately just went home crying. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And my mom thought I had been in a fight.
Uh,
And she's like,
'Cause
"What the
you
hell's
didn't
wrong with
know
you?" And
what
I was
you
just
did.
home crying. And then she made me some food because it was dinner time.
Yeah, that
and
heals
then I
things.
proceeded to just puke everywhere.
oh, you
And
had
then-
a proper concussion.
Yeah, and then one of the friends came over and was like, "Is Tony okay?" She's like, "Yeah, what the hell's wrong with him?"
And they told
Yeah.
her, okay.
And then
Wow.
they went to hospital.
That's like life before cell phones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just show up at home all messed up.
Yeah, I don't remember the day at all, but that's heavy. Yeah. So, I mean, you learned obviously early on the value of wearing a helmet. I
Yeah.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like being one of the only guys on the streets wearing a helmet?
It's just like it was yesterday. I never had a life without it.
You don't care. You don't never cared about people's opinions about it.
No, you gotta care, right? Like you want people to, like you care, but you just gotta know what. Ah, man, I wanted to get this guy's name for this interview, but I don't know his name. He's kind of like a shorter, bald dude, and he's like king of roasting. You know those roast TVs. Jeff Ross.
Yeah.
Dude, like the way that he shows up dressed to roast others.
Yeah.
He gives the other people so many vain things to attach to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it confuses what you're actually trying to roast.
Wow, you might have just figured him out.
But you know what I mean? Like when I see him, like it looks like the most roastable guy, and he's the king. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
feel-
he's also he's self-deprecating for himself too, so it's not like people can really get him.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're the roast champion, you better be like good at
Be
getting
ready,
roasted.
be ready to deflect.
because it's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah,
So I feel like wearing the helmet just helped. Like I would show up at a park as a kid, and people would like, and I'd be like, "Don't worry, Mom. Like I just gotta start skating, and then they'll see, you know."
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, then you do some tricks, and like, oh, this kid, you know. I think skateboarding just speaks.
oh for sure. But that's a great attitude too. Just like it's fine. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing my thing.
I feel like your skating style is gonna open up skateboarding because like the longer skateboarding's around, the more I see everyone doing different things and being more accepting of everyone doing different things. But you're like an extension of, yeah, man, like bonelesses are cool again. Or
Yeah.
there was a time where I was a vert dude, and if you did hand plants, it was like, really, dude? And I'm like, oh. Oh, let me kickflip indie. Is that better? Yes, it is. It's way better. Okay, let me do like a pointer grind instead of a nose grind because it's more like you guys, and that's cool right now. And then
Yeah.
I left and came back, and people were like, I'll do nose grind and grab the tail. And I'm like, that was unacceptable in like the late 90s. Like you couldn't grab like, dude, you're grabbing
yeah.
the tail.
That's retro now.
Right, and now,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now
Nose
it's like
monk? Yeah, absolutely.
bonelesses. Like people do bonelesses, and it's like not cool. It's hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like everything is good now, and then your level, what you do, it's everything. There is no limitations, and you've made it awesome.
Thank
I feel like there's going to be people that are going to follow like your kind of path, and then like because what you're doing, I didn't even know. Like I thought, how much further can we go? Now it's like endless because people can start to emulate you and do all these other things that we never tried. Like people don't do what you do at all.
Yeah,
Well, it's extremely difficult.
Yeah.
There's that.
yeah. There's man, I don't know where to start. But there's a funny thing about freestyle tricks.
Yeah.
Is that they don't look a certain way. They don't look like heroic
Yeah.
or you know what I mean. And a lot
But
of
they're really hard.
like a lot of young boys, you know, that are the age that are getting into skateboarding, they want to be like masculine and the fighter and the lion chaser, and you don't find that in freestyle.
Right.
So it's just not attractive, but it's not any less difficult.
But there's something to be said too. When you were talking about, you know, if you got to a park and you're a kid and you're wearing a helmet and getting made fun of, and then like, okay, just watch what happens. But what I was gonna say is it does remind me of, especially now with how far you've come and just putting out this last video, when I was growing up, it was you either were a bowl skater, which is vert, but you were a pool skater, you were a freestyler. That was it. There was no street skating. There was nothing in between, right? And nobody watched freestylers.
Yeah.
Like freestyle contests would happen, everyone's out doing whatever. Sometimes, and we talked about this a little bit, but sometimes people like me would have to enter freestyle because we're trying to accumulate points for maybe our team,
The all around.
be an all-around skater.
I like that.
But
Obviously.
Yeah,
but
I
as
can
soon
tell.
as Rodney's name would be called,
Everyone
everyone would
watch
stop what they're doing and rush over to the freestyle area because they knew they were witnessing something truly special,
Yeah.
and innovative and revolutionary. And I feel like that's the kind of line you've crossed over to, where it's like, just watch this guy because he's doing stuff no one else can do, and it's super gnarly, but it's also really inventive. And it's fascinating because that is so hard to have happen today. You know, you've really reached like, I think you've reached this threshold where it's like, it's undeniable, your talent and your creativity, but also to the point where you stand out, and it's so hard to stand out now. And now a word from our sponsors. Jason, what are those sunglasses you're wearing?
Oh, these are Nevin's.
No, those are mine, but they're Nevin eyewear.
Touche. Well, they're mine now.
That's okay, because they're affordable.
They are.
And I can buy some. And we have a discount code for our listeners to buy some as well. I like the aviators anyway, the Mavs.
There's so many to choose from.
True.
So you're gonna win either way.
That's true. They got a ton of styles. All polarized lenses. And the clarity of the shaded lenses are pretty
You're
sick too.
pulverizing.
Polarizing.
Yeah, but you're pulverizing.
I hope you mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
Well, when you have lenses that are polarized, we love them.
Right. Good.
There you go. Brought that around. See how I do that?
Thank you.
I'm a professional skateboarder.
I'm not.
So, for fans of the show, if you want to try a pair of regular sunglasses, I got the hookup for 35% off any one regular pair with the code HAWK.
Or if you want to stock up and get their buy one, get two free deal, these discounts aren't available on prescriptions. So check out neveneyewear.com/discount/hawk for quality shades at great prices.
That's Neven, Neven eyewear.com/discount/hawk.
Hey, everybody that watches the show. We really like you guys. We also noticed that 60% of you that really like the show don't subscribe to the show.
And we're here. We're still going to be here next week.
It's kind of the job. If you
That's
subscribe,
it. Yes. Don't be a lurker. Don't just watch from the shadows. Like, just get in there. And so you're going to get an alert for our next show, which you're probably going to like.
and you can win stuff.
You can win stuff too. So come
Free
on,
stuff.
We're trying to get to 200K subscribers this summer. Please.
Come
like
on.
and subscribe
Synergize with us.
and describe.
I think that's where
Get engaged. What? That's where we blew it?
We said describe, and everyone was like, I don't even know how to do that. It's because it's not a thing.
Like, subscribe, describe.
Subscribe. Like it. You just use your finger. If you don't have a finger, use your nose. If you don't have a nose, headbutt it.
There, that's your challenge. Headbutt the subscribe button.
Like, don't headbutt stuff. You'll end up talking like me. Back to the show.
I feel like it's hard to stand out only because everybody's looking at the same inspirational material.
Yep.
True.
Like if you're just watching Kevin Harris videos, he left a whole load of untapped things to grow upon, right? But people aren't watching Daniel Gesmer. People aren't watching those guys.
Yeah.
If you're not finding, you know what I mean?
I love that you pull out Daniel Gesmer.
Bro, like...
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, because one guy at Skull Skates told me, like, Daniel Gesmer is the skater you show people if you don't want them to skate. Because he's the opposite of the lion chaser, right?
Right.
Like, he's, like, understanding the essence of pivots and movement. And there's so many secrets that lie in his video parts. Wow. But there's just, like... But if you're not looking there, then you're not going to see it. And if you try to go that route without looking there, you're going to fall into all of this, you know?
But what... And I get all that, but I'm wondering is when you... I think that the fascinating thing is you do this crossover and you can hit big rails and stuff like that. That usually doesn't... These two things do not connect, generally.
That's, the big rails are a necessity for the message to get across. So if I like, I like skating slow. I like balancing on things. So skating with Sebastian Lopez, like back in Vancouver, you know, like he kind of taught me. He kind of created my method of viewing the city and the world and all that. He helped shape all that. What was I going? Skating slow. So balancing on rails. Like for me, I wanted to not just do like a Smith at the end of the rail. I want to. Any trick, I want to get at the beginning of the rail and be able to pop out in the middle. And then you get to the point where you're trying to balance. And then I like infinity stalls. Sorry, I'm just ranting.
What's that?
Infinity stall is when you like stall on a rail for as long as you can stand up until you're bored.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like balance cheat in Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like unlocking that cheat. Like maybe it's
There was a video of you, maybe at Tampa, going up and then back down a rail.
Yeah.
Like coming to a stop.
Yeah.
Do I have that right?
No, Tiago Lemos did it at the California Training Facility by accident, and that was amazing, dude. It was insane. He like tried to grind up the whole rail, and then, but
did you do that recently? Did you go up and then back down, like at a contest or something or an event?
probably my memory's so shot from that.
I don't know. There was something. I'm pretty sure it was you, and I just got tagged endlessly in it.
Oh,
like,
it was in Japan.
Okay.
Before the Olympics in Matsusaka, when I was with the Team Canada training, like before the Olympics, because it was COVID and stuff. We had our own private skate park.
Yeah.
It was a public park, but it was fenced off for us. And then it was like pouring rain and all this stuff, and then I did it at that park.
Okay. That's what it was.
That's what I'm. Oh yeah. That's yeah.
Have you?
Oh wait, also I got to bring it up just because my favorite thing in your video, and I know it might even been a throwaway, but when you grind that rail and then you rock to fakie on the rail, that is so sick.
Thank you. You
You know what I'm talking about?
I can't remember that.
The rail is shaped like a quarter pipe.
Oh yeah.
So he grinds it, goes up the quarter pipe, rocks fake, and then back down the rail. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's it. That sums it up right now.
Do you spend time just balancing on rails?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and chains. Chains are really fun. I got that inspo from Christian Asoy. He's got that chain surfing video.
Oh wait, what?
He's bouncing on a chain and he's just like looking
Skating or
bad.
just standing on it?
Standing on it, but he's
Yeah,
surfing
okay.
it. He's not just like I'm
Yeah.
here. He's like
Yeah.
fucking. Can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick.
You just did.
Yeah, but dude, his soy chain surfing, bro. That's like legend. And then, and then
of all the things to
Pretty
pick
sick.
from Christian,
Yeah.
dude, that's so sick. I think about that all the time, dude.
do you ride it? Did you ever ride a freestyle board
Yeah, I rode a Kevin Harris board
for like a long period of time?
Vancouver
or-
Pride.
Yeah, Vancouver represent.
It's Christian.
Oh, yo, you pulled it up, dude. That's it, dude. It's so
Holding
sick.
his lunch.
He's such a champ.
So sick.
But,
With
like,
the-
look how
with the
it's-
fanny pack.
backpacks, yeah.
Like he looks so dope, you know. Like he's not just like
Everything he does is dope.
right. Because he could easily just stand still, but he's like shaking it back and forth.
Such a champion.
And his stance too, you know, he's locked in.
What would, besides Kevin Harris, what were your earliest inspirations for skating?
Well, obviously, Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Really?
Yeah, for sure, dude. Like learning all the trick names. And
It feels like, I guess it just feels like you're an old soul. So it feels like your history goes beyond that. To me.
well, that's the
But you're not that, you're
origins,
you're
right?
that age. What's that?
Dude, my phone keeps buzzing. I gotta turn on airplane mode and throw it away. I'm sorry. Sorry.
You did both.
Yes. Dude, I was riding for a skate shop called Coastal Riders in Surrey, and they were like the core cool shop, and I was like 12-year-old kid, helmet, full pads. I'm getting hot, dude. So 12-year-old kid, full pads, and I was riding for this shop. I was getting bored. Already at this point, I'm riding rails. Like I just was always
Yeah.
into rails. I'm doing freestyle, like
Rails and freestyle.
Yeah, 2008. My footage. I'm doing 1 foot primo to primo, 1 foot primo. Like,
So were you purposely seeking out old school videos?
yeah, because YouTube.
Right.
My sister introduced me to YouTube.
Wow.
And then you have the whole, but the whole thing was
That's kind of the Ben Rayborn origin story too.
oh, dude, because we have that.
He just started watching 80s videos.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so I was riding for this hardcore shop, and then I went to the skate park, and one of the team riders on the shop was like, "Hey, we're on the same team, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's weird, because you suck."
Wow.
And then I just ghosted the shop. Like I feel bad about it now. Like I didn't tell the shop anything. And at that point I rejected like 90s popsicle stick boards. Like because that's what the whole style was. And
Yeah.
I got introduced to skull skates. No disrespect on Coastal Riders. That's just some 16-year-old like,
but
like,
hey, it's
like-
but that kind of thing affects you for sure.
for sure. And then I got
And it feels like you're playing into it if you go back to them.
yeah.
Like, okay, I guess I do suck, but I'm on the team.
I feel like you
Yeah.
could relate to that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Like he was what he was doing was not cool. And he was like, I don't care. I'm going to keep doing it. And then in the end, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, everything he's doing is like what everybody wants to do. I feel like that's what you've done. And in an era where it's like skateboarding's evolved so much to find your own niche now where you're like not like anybody else, but you're blazing.
But it speaks something to your character that you would actually abandon that, even though you were on a team, like you had some modicum of success, and then you said, "Well, I guess I'm not welcome here. I'm out."
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to stay where you're not.
But I mean
welcome.
that's a lot about self-respect too.
Thanks.
What about this grip tape design?
Bro.
Because I feel like
But wait, we were gonna Skull Skates. I
Sorry,
love Skull
sorry.
Skates was sick.
Skull Skates, PD, dude. PD's Hot Shop. Oldest skate shop in Canada. One of the oldest skateboard logos. Longest lasting.
Yeah.
I remember, no offense, I remember there was an article on Airwalk being one of the longest lasting logos.
Yeah.
And I was like, Skull Skates kicks that by like 20 years at least, dude. Like,
I have no vested interest in either one, so
so I was just
okay
like,
with me.
I was like, Skull Skates, yeah. But
Rick
that-
Ducommun.
oh, dude, Rick.
Yeah.
I never met him. I got a shirt with his face on it though. Rest in peace.
Did you ever see the Burbs?
I've been told to watch it.
You gotta watch it.
I will. Watch
I want you to
tonight.
watch it like before this airs.
Okay. It's like, is he like? I feel like he would be like Norm Macdonald, like kind
He
of.
is.
vibe.
He's the highlight of. Between him and Tom Hanks, it's my wife and I like this one of the earliest things we connected on was the Burbs.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah, but Rick Ducommun is the guy on the left. He owns Skull Skates.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know
Sorry, I'm on a tangent, but I get excited when I hear that.
that. How old are you?
28.
What the
Crazy,
hell?
I know. From a,
You know,
he came from a time machine.
right? Like, what the hell, dude? Just to
Like got the basics of freestyle somewhere around 1983 ish.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
got put into a time machine and was like, here's street skating too.
naming the ballerina guy and knowing his name. Like, I was around when that video came out, and I was like, that guy. Like, what a joke. And then
it triggered you, right? Daniel Gesmer.
as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, dude, I watched that guy 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like, look at this guy, look at his pants. We roasted the hell out of
You know
that
what I
guy.
loved about that is that Stacy put it in there and presented it in a neutral form.
Yes.
Right.
It was like, this is him.
Yeah.
But there was one thing in that video where he did one thing where we're all like, loose pants. But there's one, I think it's like a 1 foot wheelie or where he twirls out of it.
He does the hang 10 360.
yeah, we were all like, okay,
Yeah, that-
okay, fuck his pants, but anybody here want to do that? Like, we
Yeah.
all knew that we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that.
Dude, you know who should tap into Daniel Gesmer is those longboard dancers.
Oh, yeah.
Because he does all these moves where he's going backwards and he's swinging his legs to pump.
What?
He's on 1 foot and he's got his other leg and he's going like this and he's just like, and like he's tapped into some stuff. Like you could be midline push, swing to hit the handrail over there. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to
You're
be.
onto some
Yeah.
secret Daniel Gesmer releases that we don't know about.
I'm just saying people aren't looking there.
No.
And if you start looking there,
You
there's
are
a
the
lot
only
to
one, dude.
find, dude. It's not like it's not-
Daniel Gesmer is the future of skateboarding.
But also that
Nobody-
you bring up like the longboard dancers, like that is a thing that's coming on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
and they do
even know about that. Yeah, look at this. Look at this.
Oh yeah, he's doing the
Wait.
swing right here. Dude, like he's generating speed from that.
See, I thought he was just being a douche.
No, he's exploring the possibilities of like the truck pivot.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he started Seismic, I think.
Wait, you talked to him?
I haven't talked to him, but he owns like a truck company and a wheel company. Like
What?
He's like around, dude. Freestyle Illuminati, dude.
So, I know there is a freestyle Illuminati. You know
Yeah.
that.
I did not know.
What are you talking about?
What-
Steve Rocco,
I
Rodney
was-
Mullen.
I've been chasing the line. I love how.
No, but freestyle Illuminati, like freestylers own the industry.
Yes.
Pierre Andre,
Yeah.
Steve Rocco, Rodney Mullen, Per Wheelander,
Yeah.
Don Brown,
Don Brown,
Kevin Harris
Kevin
owns
Harris.
it for Canada.
Yep. Reggie Barnes.
Dude, like freestyle.
Yep. Daniel Gesmer.
I feel young in this conversation right now.
I was so excited to talk to Tony because we can connect on like Jim Goodrich and like
yep.
and like people that are that nobody else has reference on.
So what do you want to know?
I'm just like, man, like with Gullwing, I rode for Gullwing and Jim Goodrich was the
So did I.
person who did
Me too.
the colors. Like
Yeah.
he was the first person who
Yep.
painted trucks. Mm-hmm. You know, like that's so badass and like you know that.
I actually didn't know that Jim Goodrich was on painting the trucks, but that's amazing.
Yeah, they
knows more
got
than you.
they got pissed at him.
No, actually, I take it back. I didn't ride for Going. I rode Goings
Okay.
Right.
because Dave Andrecht rode Goings, and he was our local hero. So I had to have Goings on my board.
Sick.
And then when I finally got sponsored, my first sponsored skateboard was a hand-me-down from Mike Smith with Indies.
Okay.
So then I unofficially rode for Indies because the skateboard I had Indies on it, and I wasn't getting free trucks from anyone. And then I couldn't get any more trucks from Indy because Skate Master Tate was the team manager, and he just didn't care.
Right.
Like he was cool, but he was just like, I don't have any trucks for you, sorry. And so
Damn.
then I asked to ride for Tracker. That's my truck history.
You asked to ride for Tracker.
Yeah.
That worked out for them.
Because Dave Dominy was the team manager, and I needed a new truck, and Skate Master Tate only had a base plate.
What?
He's like, I can give you a new base plate. And I was like, I need new trucks.
How
and
do you
then
only have a base plate?
I said, Dave Dominy, I said, do you have any trackers? He's like, yeah, I got to set in my car. And I was like, can I have them? He's like, sure. And I was on tracker.
Did the pivot cups all split on the sides and stuff?
What's that, on the trackers?
Yeah.
I love how he knows that. How do you
You
know
mean, were
that?
they or did they?
Did they?
I never rode them long enough for that.
Oh, I see.
Because they had a
I
plastic
did
base
break.
plate,
I
right?
did break the plastic base plates.
Yeah.
I had the Bill Danforth trackers, and they had the wings on the side that went into the pivot cup, and they would dig into the pivot cup. So they would just,
God.
it would break the truck would break the truck.
Why did you have those?
You're
Because
encyclopedia.
of skull skates, dude. Skull skates.
Amazing.
PD.
Wow.
But I mean, even then though, those were beyond that era.
Yeah, way beyond.
Yeah, but skull skates is that era. 76.
They're just stuck there. So
Yeah.
you're like, he is living in a time warp.
Dude, yeah,
amazing.
Skull, like, you know how they say like skate shops used to be like you'd walk in.
Yeah.
And that's skull skates. You
Yeah.
walk in.
Everyone's watching the TV,
and they
watching
shit
the
on
video.
you. Like
yeah.
I'd be like trying to put in my rails, and they'd be like, "We're not putting on your rails." And I put in my rails, like, "Ha! It's crooked, dumbass." And I'm like, damn, like
It's funny how you look on that more fondly than why are you on the same team as me? Because you suck.
yeah, for sure. Because
That's more of fun ribbing.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, like that's the real stuff. That's like if you leave because of that, then you should leave.
Yeah.
Then you're not cut out to be a skater.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to endure the hardship for sure. When's have you gotten really hurt?
I've gotten like mediocre hurt like a few times, but I've been really I don't want to. Yeah, I've been really.
You're not going to
lucky.
jinx it here. It's okay.
It was,
He's looking to touch wood.
but like torn my MCL, torn my other MCL, torn my MCL again, but like not full tears.
Mm-hmm.
It got to the point where like I tore it, and then they get the MRI or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, you already have a hole in your MCL.
Yeah.
That'll probably give you more flexibility to prevent a future tear." And I'm like, "Oh, sick."
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
So, but what like the hardest injuries were situational. So, like in the Do Tour right before the Olympics, this was my like can I go on a? I'm gonna have
Please,
to take the
dude.
mic for a second. But
We're interviewing you, so go ahead.
okay, so at the Do Tour, right before like this was the last chance to make it into the Olympics, and I think Zion won with like a 720 over the freaking thing. And,
Yeah.
and it was insane, and I was like more prepared than I've ever been. I'm calling Stacy Peralta like, "Hey, can I have some help?" Like, and his words of advice like, "Just trust your talent. It's like a concert musician. He's not thinking about the next chord. You've done it all in practice. Just trust your talent, right?" Like, okay, like programming. And then I got another message that I'm not going to share in this story. And then like right before you run, because it's COVID time and all this stuff, so
Yeah.
there's not jam format anymore, and you got 5 minutes before you run to warm up. Oh, that was like all one breath. Drop in, go for 50-50 instead of 5-0, and I kind of bail out in the deep end, and I sit on my foot and tore my meniscus
First trick.
5 minutes before my run.
Oh, okay.
5 minutes before.
Wow.
And then they say, "Okay, like let's get you to the medic tent." I'm like, "Okay, sick. Like, can you tape me up?" Like, "Yeah, but you're gonna be disqualified." And I'm like, "What?" Like, "Yeah, if we tape you up, you're gonna be disqualified because like
Some advantage.
no, from the team, from the timing. Like, if you're not here for your run,
Oh, I see.
then you're not in." So I had to compete without getting taped up, which is just weird. And then like I had the most like crazy experience ever, like Keanu Reeves all the way, like drop, like I was like, "Trust your talent." Drop in, went into the. I'm not gonna get into it.
Please do.
I freaking full on went into the 5-0. No, it was like step into another realm and trust your talent. That was the mantra. And it was preparation and drop in for the trick. Drop in for the run. Step. That was the step into the other realm. And then I was in a freaking other realm, dude. Like, it was, I wasn't going up the ramps. The ramps were going down below me. There was no, like,
But you didn't feel your knee?
I didn't feel anything.
Yeah, 'cause you're in zone.
You didn't. So the injury did not affect you.
No, not like, if anything, it helped me focus.
Yeah.
But like it was the weirdest thing. And then I took a wrong corner. I didn't 5/0s long, and my run ended up being better. Like I ended up
wow.
fitting in more tricks because I didn't do what I planned, and I hit the rail the wrong way, and like all this stuff lined up. And then I had been practicing the varial heel lean that you invented for the end, and like that was like my trick. Like I didn't have any flip tricks, and that's what was holding me back from qualifying. And I needed a flip trick, and I can't grab Indy or stalefish, so I needed a right, like a front hand grab, and like heel flip wasn't working. So varial heel lean was like the one that made sense.
I mean, it all happens kind of in one motion, so I get it.
Yeah, it kind of falls into your
Yeah.
hand. So I just had to figure that out, and then I landed the biggest one I've ever done in that run, and then I qualified for finals, and I had to do the same thing the next day.
And you did the same thing? Made it? Yeah.
But that moment really was like I'm not even joking. I'm gonna sound crazy, but I shouldn't undermine myself like that. But there was like void and like green, like Matrix vibes, not zeros and ones. But
Yeah.
like something like psychedelic
I mean,
like
people
that.
say it's a flow state or it's you're.
But it was far beyond anything I've ever experienced flow state wise before or after.
So I was gonna say, still to this day.
Yeah.
On both runs?
No, the first one was insane. The second one was like, you know, Mark Waters.
Sure.
So I had so Mark Waters had just passed away, and he was. I stayed at his house one night, and sorry, fucking.
You're good, dude.
You stayed at his house one night when you were in town here?
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Fucking Mark.
He was the best.
And he's trying to give me advice. He's Team America coach, you know? He shouldn't be giving me advice. I'm on Team Canada. And he was like, you do a lot of Madonnas. Dude, you should do Airwalk to Disaster because it'll score the same. I'm like, you shouldn't be helping me out, man. So I do Airwalk to Disaster. I call it a watermark.
Sick.
I got one in my part, too.
Oh, I saw it.
So that was like, that helped me the second day.
You did that trick right after you did the heel flip varial lean.
Yeah, and the backsmith rock and roll that you did over the channel recently.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was like, no way.
His is proper though. Mine was like touched it. His
I
was like,
wanted to do it into a corner so you could hold it.
yeah, it was
Because you
pretty
can't
brilliant.
hold Smiths or board slides on a flat wall.
Right.
So I wanted to do it on it,
Yeah.
but
Oh, no, it was amazing.
thanks.
So did you do Airwalk Disaster in your run?
Yeah. And it
Wow.
hurt my knee more than anything else because you have to disaster. Your knee
Wow.
just jams up, you know?
That is a really cool story.
Dude.
Amazing. I saw you skate the Olympics
Yeah.
with your run and ended up doing 360s on the volcano at the end. I was
saw you
pretty
break.
hyped on it.
I saw you break every freaking rule at the Olympics. You barged the course. You filmed the course.
True. Yeah.
You broke every rule. If it was anybody else, you would have got arrested.
I was pushing it. I did get kicked out.
That was so. You did
I did get kicked out of the street. Yeah.
of the street.
Because I was filming.
They're like, go back to the pool.
I was following, like I was following Nyjah and I was following Yuto, and then at some point they're like, "Tony Hawk, please get off the street course."
They knew your name.
Yeah, I think it was the quote was, "I don't believe I'm saying this, but Tony Hawk, please get off the street course."
He covered
It was
himself.
more because, not even because I was on it, but because I was filming and I didn't have the rights to broadcast stuff.
Okay. Man, Olympics have different rules, huh?
Dude,
Like
it's,
his timing thing, like not in
Yeah.
a normal contest, like you're not allowed to rap. We don't have time, like you'll be disqualified.
it's-
What?
It's TV. It's TV time.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, but that wasn't even. I mean, that wasn't the Olympics. That was a qualifier.
right.
So it would seem like it's a little looser there.
yeah.
Yeah, and then the Olympics was so early in the morning. I remember Rune Glifberg like standing up from breakfast because we're all eating breakfast together, and he stands up and he's like, "Whoa, free drugs!" Like the head rush from like being up so early in the
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
And you're like, "Okay, we're getting ready for the biggest day of our lives. It's like 6 a.m. You know, like
Wow.
like I don't skate till after 4 p.m. usually.
Yeah.
You know,
How many?
How did you
hours-
feel about that? The Olympic experience. I mean, the actual Tokyo.
it is unbelievable.
You loved it?
I loved it. It was the most. You just don't know how to feel in those times. I'm sorry if I cry today, dude. I have been I have a thing where like I get a wall up so I can't cry, and then right after my video part, my mom was going onto the airplane and she passed out, and she had to get rushed to the hospital. And I cried after that, and now the floodgates are open. Now I'm like an easy cry for a little bit.
I cry all the time. I'm supposed to be a big tough guy. I cry on the internet, and my friends were like, "Hey man, maybe don't cry on the internet. It's not good for your business." And then I remember apologizing. I was like, "I'm sorry, I won't do that anymore." And then I got healthier mentally because I got past it all by crying and letting it out.
Yeah.
And then I made a video about if you cry, I cry. Sometimes I quit. Sometimes I want to give up on myself and I get real sad. And then eventually I get back up and I keep going. Don't pretend that you're some tough guy that never gets sad. Like, it ain't healthy. If you feel sad, dude, let it out. You're a smart dude, man. You're blowing my mind right now. You are a freak in the nicest way possible.
Thanks,
like,
Jason.
this is a beautiful thing.
Thanks,
You
man.
feel emotions because you've gone through some shit. Let it out, dude. Like, I'm supposed to be some big tough, like, oh, look, a scary guy with a wolf. I cry like a bitch all the time.
Wolf
I'm not
cry.
afraid to tell anybody. I don't care.
Yeah, and
You cry.
two people that
It's
deserve
manly shit crying, dude.
two people that deserve that kind of emotion are Mark Waters and your mom. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
Is your mom okay?
Yeah, they found out it was COVID. So
Okay.
she had a couple nights in Venice, just staying a couple extra days.
That was at your premiere?
That was flying home from my premiere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you inviting me to your premiere. I wanted to go, but I told you.
Well, I wanted to, dude, the frickin'
I watched it that night.
really
Oh, yeah.
sick.
Yeah. It was wild. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I also want to say, you said yes to this interview before it came out.
Before your video came out?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So I just want to thank you for that.
Oh, of course.
The faith. I like, hey, I'm doing it.
Yeah. Well, hey, and you're one of the few that will actually come to the ramp to do it too. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that. 'Cause
Oh, bro.
A lot of people are like, where is that? Vista?
Dude.
Is that in California?
Yeah, Vista. People don't know. I was trying to find it as Encinitas. I was looking through my. I was trying to find the date of the clip that I filmed here.
I was going to say, you have been here.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the most, because I didn't know you could do that.
Oh.
And when I saw that, I was like, wait, he's on the vert? Wait, what?
Oh, wait.
Dude, to do freestyle stuff and then do vert stuff, like, with... you're solid on vert. Like, I could tell you, if you were like, you know what? I'm just going to ride vert for a couple of years. You would destroy.
Thank you.
Like, you got skills, dude. I've never seen anybody ride a vert ramp
I
where
have
they put
questions.
that
I have
line
questions
together.
about that clip, but
Yeah, go, because I want to hear it.
okay. Well, first of all, doing a grind on the rail.
No one's
is-
done that.
No one's done that for good reason.
No one's done every single thing you did in that line.
But doing a grind on the rail, firstly, is just because I know those rails are, you can just pull them off,
Yeah,
right?
no, they're-
we have them strapped down; they're safe.
Yeah.
But still, I live in this history of the ramp where I know those things will just pop out.
Somebody has had a
and
catastrophic
there
slam on
was
that.
a
Yeah.
issue with that.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard the nose of the board.
Yeah, well,
Anyway.
Nate, who works here, he popped out of a run, and then he went to grab that just to stop on it, and his nose got under it and popped it up, and then he fell off from the top 14 feet
With the rail.
with the rail in his hand. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
I
it
just
was-
love how
it was
low maintenance your spot
brutal.
is for the best ramp in the world. You got like, oh, you just pull them up, you know, like.
Well, it's because the
like,
ramp
how-
is portable. It's
like-
because the ramp is portable. We'd have to put it up at night after night.
Oh,
so the whole
okay.
thing's like a big Lego set. So
Okay.
that's why. So those things just pop in and like you're good to go.
What's the geometry in that design? They got like a. They
Yeah,
got
it's
like
all machine cut. and-
No, but the poles themselves that come up, it's just like a cone.
yeah.
I would never expect that to be stable. I would think
No,
it would have to be
And,
cylindrical.
like I'll be up there and Staub will be sitting on it, and I'm like,
Please don't.
Stop,
yeah.
can do whatever you want.
no, but it is like the geometry of it is stable, but
And it
I
doesn't-
just know what they look like, and it freaks me out.
It's so
Anyway,
counterintuitive.
You grinded it, which is
counterlogic.
amazing.
Yeah.
But also like rolling in, grabbing your board.
Yeah. Nobody does that either.
I wanted to get an early grab trick in my video.
What says that?
Do you prefer to do that than to roll in?
No.
But also, so what is Gregson? How did he just stop to do a tail drop
Yeah, so that's why I do the little chink on the little.
to slow yourself down and give him time to set his tail down?
Yeah, we had to do all that
Pretty
coordination.
genius. Yeah.
And then the 5-0 grind, I was like, I don't want to just do a 5-0. And he's like, yeah, but you have to grind like 2 sheets of wood to get over me. Right? So I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can backlip that far every try or whatever. He's like, okay, I'll just 5-0 it. Like, I wanted like a more solid lip trick.
Oh, well, it was great. I mean,
But,
that was wild. Yeah.
But that's cool. The dynamic, I hate doubles. I left team sports because I don't want to like pass the ball.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like ever be injured because somebody else.
Yeah.
Like when I'm passenger in the car, I'm the worst. Like
I still want to get a double scope with you now.
no, dude, no. I do
do
not
it.
like
He
doubles.
loves it.
But
he's the safest guy out of anybody in the world to do doubles with because he's done it so many times with so many people. Like
That's why I'm gonna make you a believer.
Yeah, he's got you. Like, dude, I didn't skate for a long time, and I came back and we started the podcast, and I was like, I'm gonna start skating vert again because I got stem cells in my legs, and it like made my legs work again. And I was like, I think I could like knee slide again. And then I came back, and it was like I'd skated for one day, I think, not even one day. And he was like, we'll do double frontside pivots next to each other. And I was like, I haven't done a frontside pivot in 18 years.
are you guys opposite?
Yeah, but it was like he
We did it into each other.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But I know if I do a frontside pivot and I don't grind and I go where he tells me to go, he's just gonna get around me.
Wait, are you saying I'm a good teacher?
Whoa.
Yes, dude. You're
Call
just not
back.
as good as me.
Oh. Nah.
Yeah, you're
That's an
great.
ongoing thing here.
It won't ever stop.
You saw it on display earlier.
No,
so.
can I examine your situation from the outside?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I went to India. Kevin Harris sent me to India when I was like 17 or 18 to do skate demos. And it was like with Activate and what was the Holy Stoke? Like that was like the crew. I'm trying to like Shuba. I'm trying to name people, but they were doing lessons on fresh park ramps.
Yeah.
And dude, it was so cool because they built a vert ramp with no deck and no coping, and I'm like, this is like the evolution of skateboarding all over again. It's like I'm getting off track, but it's like driveway and then to vert, and then all of a sudden the lip, and then once there's a lip, then it goes way back down.
I guess. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the natural evolution.
Yeah.
So to see that stage in India where it was like at the vert before mini ramp, kind of.
Yeah.
No coping, no deck.
Yeah.
It's so sketchy.
And then they had all these fresh park ramps and they were doing lessons, and the teaching technique was do it, you could do it, and it was working. Like nobody had any.
That applies. That works.
Nobody had any clue. Like put your head forward. Like they could do the trick, but they hadn't been skating along enough to like under. So the explanation was redundant, and all these kids were learning how to drop. And I was like, whoa, you don't even need to understand anything.
Commitment is a big part. Like if you flinch,
For sure, yeah.
you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you commit, like the easiest one for me, this is a life lesson for me. In on vert, when you do backslide airs or any air and you feel like you're gonna lock up on the way in, there's this feeling where you go, especially if it's a contest ride. Like I've gone bonk and I'm in the air and I go, oh shit, I'm gonna lock up. But it's a contest ride and I'm not bailing for anybody. So I go time, and then I go hit, and I do a little suck up at the last second. If I think that it's gonna be real close, and it's happened to me hundreds of times where I go, come on, Jason, hit, and it goes kick, boof, and I go, damn it, like that really sucked. But then there's been times where I didn't know, and I was like, I'm gonna blast on the other side, and my truck goes bonk, and I go in and I go, oh. Yeah. Dude, I almost died just then, and
But
I'm
you
like,
survived it.
because
But also it gave
I
you-
knew because I believed I was gonna keep going.
Wow.
I feel like there's like a metaphor in life for that one, where it's like if you flinch it, it's gonna catch you.
Yeah.
If you know you're gonna go, you'll go.
This is a
Not all the time, but most of the time.
It's a good segue into something I want to talk about. Is mental toughness training. There's the book that was introduced to me by my Olympic coach, Sean Hayes.
Yeah.
It talks about doubt equals injury, like for football,
sure.
for everything. Like doubt equals injury. And I did this thing because you're at the events, you see all these people hurt all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like touchy to talk to them when they're hurt, but it's interesting, like, what were you thinking? And a lot of the time it's a mental state, they can go, I was like a common one is I wanted to skate, but everybody was going in. So I just reached a point where I wasn't strategic, and I said, I'm going in, and then collision, right? Like there's like that mental like decision of not, and then that can lead to bails.
Sean Hayes, huh?
Sean Hayes, bro.
You know, I
Red
used to hang
Dragon.
out with him back in the day in Carlsbad, right?
Hayes,
He was a
dude.
good friend of mine.
No way.
Yeah. He was one of the guys that came from Canada and immediately turned into a Carlsbad local within 30 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
Like he had a beach cruiser and he just looked like he'd been living here his entire life. And I was like, I like this guy.
He's like that everywhere.
Yeah, like he just blends in, right?
He's like, you could wear shoes as local.
Yeah. And it's totally believable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody in Carlsbad immediately was just like, yeah, dude, like he's
been here forever.
Yeah, he's been here forever. Like it was like everybody knew him. Everybody was his friend. He was just like a local. Within 2 days, he had the whole town figured out. The best place to get a burrito. Like he just knew.
Dude,
he was just in
the best food spots.
Yeah.
every time.
He's still like that.
He's
That's
never
so
taken
awesome.
me like somewhere we've never gone in the middle of. We'll go here. He's just like he can read energy.
I love
like,
that dude.
like-
That's awesome.
I'm so glad that you have a connection because I wanted to bring him up. I feel like I haven't given Sean enough credit.
Yeah.
Because for this video part or video I just did, I'm trying to get away from the word part. This is an aside.
Me too.
Because it's like
It's part of what?
part of a full length.
Yeah.
But there's no full length.
This is it. This is the video. Yeah, I did the same thing with my last video release. I was like, it's not a part.
Yeah. It's
What is a part of?
I got that from my mom. She's like, "What's a part? What's a part?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "It's a part of a full." Wait, that makes no sense. Why would I be calling it a part?
Yeah, I mean, that was the last one we did was Saturdays. So I was like, okay, this is my part for Saturdays.
Yeah.
But then when we were no longer doing team videos, it's like,
This is your video?
this is your video, yeah.
But Sean, like, when I heard that Olympics skateboarding was going to be in the Olympics, I was like, I need help. You know, I had no trouble asking for help because I knew that I was like waking up at 4 p.m. and missing the 4 p.m. breakfast at Fat Burger. You know what I mean? Like I was like, not.
That's next level.
I was like not so because I stay up late, you know, but I knew I needed help, and Sean Hayes was the one that stepped up to that plate, and Kevin Harris is a big part of that as well, and like. Dude, that was a grueling time. Like, it was so cool, but we got to go all over the world together, and we got to, like, go to all these contests, and at that time, I was living in my ambulance. So it was, like, me and Sean living in the
Just
ambulance.
breeze on by that fact. Go ahead.
Wait, you lived in an ambulance?
Yeah,
Why?
because I didn't have a place. And, like, I was sleeping in my dad's
Why
car.
an ambulance?
Yeah, it was given to me. I was sleeping in my dad's car doing trips, and then my
I have
friend's...
so many questions.
My friend's mom was like, hey, I see you're sleeping in an Acura TL, like...
Do you want an ambulance?
Do you want an ambulance? My friend's father just passed away. It was his travel vehicle.
So it was decked out to like it had a bed in it and stuff.
It had nothing in it.
Did you put bed stuff in it?
No, I
You
don't.
didn't?
I don't. I'm not an interior decorator, dude. I'm just.
So what is there? A sleeping bag in it? Like
It was a sleeping bag, and then I had like
do you have
a.
a mattress?
Yeah, it was like a blow up thing that you could roll up.
Okay. At
And then
least
and
that.
another one for Sean.
So Hayes was in there with you
Yeah, dude.
on the road.
Yeah, for a long time.
Man, see what I mean?
You guys were always in transit?
adaptable.
Yeah, and I wasn't in the same city for more than 2 weeks for like 3 years.
Wait, you didn't repaint it? It is a ambulance.
Yeah, and it's got the bone sticker.
That's the only thing that throws it off not being a ready to go ambulance.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
And
like,
then
wait a minute, these guys skate.
and you guys know Hastings Street in Vancouver?
Yeah.
It's gnarly. So I'd be driving and
is.
people would be like,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'd be like,
yeah,
I'd be
'cause
like,
it's
Need help.
ODs all day. Yeah.
yeah, I'd be like, no, it's not a
Just,
real.
Trust
start
me, we're not
tossing
gonna help.
Advil out the window. Try this.
Not a good idea.
I gotta get
but
to the
yeah.
next guy.
Band-Aids like money.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
No, but like, and then in Venice, you're driving around, people come up, knocking, can I get some wheels? You got bones? You know, like,
Oh, okay.
Wow.
like when skaters know. But yeah, that was a long chapter, dude. And like I'm not, like, it was hard, dude. It was really fun.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
but it was hard.
Okay, but so when you're doing that, were you looking for a way out of that, or were you just thinking, I accept this, this is where...
I accepted it. I jumped into that.
But were you trying to save for something else?
What do you mean?
I don't know, save money.
A house,
Like, were you trying to
apartment.
build to something else?
No, I was trying to get to the Olympics.
Right.
That's a money.
Got
Like,
it.
I was pouring everything into being into the inaugural Olympics. I wanted a creative skater to represent skateboarding on the world stage. And then Oski qualified, and I realized I wasted my time because Oski's there. So there was a creative representative. But
those are not parallels.
But I got the freestyle part in.
Yeah, no.
But when
they're
Oski qualified, I was like, thank God, now I can, like, if I mess up, there's still like that energy here.
Dude,
Well, I wouldn't equate you guys, so
I just love how it's not about him
yeah.
at such a young age.
Yeah. But it was really cool that you were there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then getting out of that is a huge thing too. Why not go to the next one, right? Because I got to work on this video.
Was
Right?
it really a choice between video or trying to get in the Olympics again?
100%. Because the Olympics was all encompassing, and it should be. Like, it is one of the 4 reasons that the whole world gathers together, right? There's the UN, there's space travel, there's war in the Olympics.
Dude,
Like,
It's pretty deep.
seriously.
I wanted to be there, you know what I
Right.
mean? So that's like, I'm going to throw everything into that.
It's pretty cool.
And then after that is, now I can work on board design, shoe design, wheel design, like developing things to help other people get
So
there.
since you left Tokyo, that's been your mission.
Well, after Tokyo, there's like the heavy, like, did I do it? Right? Like, I landed my run, thank God. Because I didn't land my first 2 runs, and I needed to do the freestyle demo. And if you don't land your run and you do a freestyle demo at the bottom of it just has no power. So I needed to land the run so I could do the freestyle demo so that freestyle could exist. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in my own.
Well,
clips
no,
here.
we're watching you run right now.
You found
there
it on
is.
YouTube?
Yeah, right there.
They didn't take it down?
Not yet.
Oh, sick. It must be like some small account or something. Yeah.
That was cool though. Boneless on the rail.
Thanks. And this was supposed to be in time, dude, but it beeped like as my front wheels were crossing the frickin'. I was hoping that this would be like an elongated combo after time.
Well, I
Oh,
can tell
wow.
you based on
Yeah, I
what
get
I
that.
know about the
You know?
judges.
Sick.
I can tell you based on what I know about the judges, it wouldn't have mattered. Like if you had put that in the time, they weren't going to give you extra points. for
Lincoln
it.
would have hooked it up, dude.
I don't know about that.
So
I'm
now-
not saying they're not fans. I'm just saying that's not what they're intending to see on the course. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
No, and
I loved seeing it, and I thought it was cool because you went rogue. You know what I mean? It
you
was-
went rogue, dude.
but not during
We went rogue.
not during my competition run on an international stage. So, but thank you. We went rogue.
Dude, that was
Good. Hell yeah.
That was badass. Tony Hawk's freaking posting when he's not allowed to and skating.
It was fun.
Dude, that made me feel really proud.
The bummer for me was that the clip that went viral was just I handed my phone to someone that was working on the course that didn't really know how to shoot,
Oh.
and so she just was shooting me like full wide lens as I'm the other side of the park, not zooming in. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
if she just thought it was for me, and I kind of thought it was for me too, because I didn't think I'd be allowed to use it.
Yeah.
And then after I skated, NBC was like, "Does someone have that video of you skating?" And I was like, "Here." And they just kept showing it.
I feel like there's something to that when it's such an attainable dad cam
Yeah.
that like more people can relate to it.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I feel like with TikTok specifically, like I'm not on
I
TikTok.
didn't think about that.
But when I was on TikTok, I would upload stuff and it would get taken down because it was dangerous acts, you know?
Right.
And then it's like, what the hell? So then I realized, oh, TikTok's for people to go like,
Yeah.
you do that too. And then everyone goes,
Right. Yeah, kind
Wow.
of.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like relatable.
Yeah.
So and my girlfriend, Val, she's the shit, dude. But she one of her like super viral posts is filmed from really far. It just looks so like anybody could have been that
Right.
filmer. I feel like that helps things.
Huh. I never thought of that. I guess I'm too far in the weeds with it.
Yeah, you are.
I feel like overproduction is like
Yeah.
is like there's like for like that for the 15-second format. That's my
Yeah.
perception.
You might be right.
Now can I talk to him about the grip tape?
Sure.
I just think like you want to progress skateboarding. It seems like you want to help skateboarders progress. And I saw a video about your grip tape, the design that like shows you where tricks can be done. Could help other people learn how to do skateboard tricks.
Yeah.
Like that's like a cheat code.
Thanks, man.
I agree with that, but are you actually looking down at your grip tape?
No,
when
the lines were always there, but now other people can see them.
This motherfucker's in the
Okay.
Matrix 24 hours a
Yeah.
day.
The lines were always there, you know? And then like, oh man, it's so nice. So this is the thing. So preparing for the Olympics, same setup, same wheel, same board, same grip, same.
Totally symmetrical.
No, not the Olympic board.
Okay.
The symmetrical board was because I did a varial heel and my board was backwards in my Olympic run. This is freaking ridiculous. I have a backwards board. So symmetrical board was the next logical option,
Duh.
right? So
Did you get this grip tape design from anybody else, or is this just all you?
no, so after the so I was same board setup, and then after the Olympics, yeah, you lay down in the like little air conditioned like portable type building where Team Canada has the ice vests and whatnot, and I'm like, did I let my country down? I didn't win. What does this mean? How does my placement affect? Like, should I be proud? Is pride a sin? Like, I don't understand all these things, right? So there's a long time to just process that, because when you're leading up to it, you're not thinking about how you're going to process that. You're thinking about this 3 45-second moments, right? So after that, then everything that you were putting on the back burner comes all at once, and then you're just depressed, right? You're just freaking out for so long. And then in that time, I was getting like, oh, this is where the lines are. And I'm like, Mom, Dad, like, get me a flipboard. Like, I need some paper, you know? And I still got them at my parents' house, but like the early drawings of like, where are these lines coming from? Do they come from across the center of the board? Or do they come from the center? Or like, where's the origin of these lines?
I think no one else has had that epiphany ever.
I'm tripping balls right now.
But like, I just did a 9 Club where I was talking about it. And like 2 days later, I wake up to a phone call from Professor Schmidt, and he's like,
Yeah, that's the guy that would have got
he's like,
pretty stoked on that.
dude, he's like, I saw it. We talked about this with PJ Ladd back in the day, and he said that they put maybe this is secret, but I'm gonna say it, but maybe you can cut it out. Ask Schmidt. But he said they would put like powdered chalk on the shoes so you could see the lines.
Yep.
And he's like, this is what you're talking about, right? Like, and damn.
Why would that be some
Paul wants progression.
great secret?
Paul wants more people to.
I don't know.
Be better.
Is it a curtain? Is there a curtain? Can we let people behind?
Yes.
Because there's the magician thing, right? The magician code. You don't let people know your secrets. And
I don't see what putting talcum powder on your shoes and doing kickflips is like.
Knowing how to
Getting
do it
things
in a way
secrets.
where there's less trial and error makes us progress better and faster. And we are all here to help us get better faster. Because I just want, every time I see somebody do something where I go, I didn't think anybody would ever do that. I love that. Speaking of loving stuff, seeing Ian Fidance with no t-shirt on right now, sweating balls, still skateboarding.
Still skating?
Still, this is why I love skateboarding, man. Because that guy's been skating. You know how many times I've had him skate? He's skateboarding. He's got like 6 times under his belt, and he's a freaking maniac.
he's insane.
But he loves it, man. Like
He loves it.
He made me. Like I told him, dude. Like I love watching Tony skate because of how long I've skated with him, and like all the stuff that he's gone through, and like to see him still ripping when he does something cool. I'm like, God, dude. Like, don't be a pussy, Alice. Like, you know, but like, let's go. When I taught him to drop in, his face when because I could tell he was like, you think I can do it? I'm like, yeah, man, you can do it. And he was like, I don't believe you. And then he did it.
I did it again.
Yeah.
No
He
way!
did.
You just did it again on your own?
By himself?
Yes!
Yeah, dude.
I did it again.
Guess what? Ian, you're your best teacher.
Get him in the face.
after
Oh
it.
man.
No, before and then I went
Sick.
and then.
You got a line. You got a line now. We got to film that for your pro model video, not video
Well, I gotta
part.
be honest. I did fall on my hip, and I may just relax.
Use my. Get in the ice bath tonight when you get to my house.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Two to make it true.
Amazing.
We taught him how to celebrate that.
Oh,
He got
yeah.
pretty
His
excited
board
about
was
it.
Still
upside
working
down
on
though.
it.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
still working on it. And I showed him how to do it on the coping, and he's still not really on the coping, but
Oh yeah.
we're getting there.
He's getting it.
Yeah, he's learning a lot.
Yeah. It's a crash course today.
It's so sick.
Okay, wait, I have a couple more questions. For you, has there been a trick, or I mean, when I say trick, that could mean a whole lot in your world, but has there been a trick or anything that you were like, this is what I want to do, and it just didn't work?
It didn't work. Here, this is a great question, dude. I really wanted to. You know how Nadas has that trick where he airs like across a whole lane of the road into a stall on a curb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
To the
walk-
backside axle.
Yep.
Bro,
That's the sickest stuff
Yeah, that's
ever.
good.
such a freaking, like, you gotta have a good truck sponsor, you know? Like,
Yeah.
And you got to believe it's going to
Yeah.
work.
So,
You gotta have good ankles.
so when I came to film here, I wanted to do single trick that across the channel and then grind down.
God.
Wait, what?
So I wanted to,
I know it. I get it.
Nadas, like,
Backside?
front side. So I could,
So smash into it front side?
Yeah.
So he wants to ollie the channel, ollie the gap, and then land on the edge of the ramp, grinding down the edge.
that was the goal. So then I set up, like, it's 8 feet, right?
Yep.
So I measured 8 feet, put the tape on the curb in the parking lot, right? Like
Dude.
tape, and then okay,
How high up?
above the seam, the first seam.
Yeah.
That's high enough.
You know.
Yeah.
And then you know, I was kind of getting it, but I would get it and then go onto the sidewalk, get it and then go onto the sidewalk, and then I would get one where I was a little too short, and then I would get it and be able to stay there. And I couldn't get it to the point where I would get it and be able to stay there without going too short before. And there's no option to go too short on this.
Wait, so
Yeah, I
you
mean, you need to clip your shins.
Clip your shins on a metal blade.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's not a wood edge there.
No.
It's,
wait, so you were gonna keep doing? If you had have stayed there, then you knew you were ready to do it over here.
Yeah.
That's a
how
lot
that-
of energy to redirect straight down too,
Yeah.
because you're going this way, and then you have to stop and go this way,
Yeah.
right?
But I did it a bunch of times where I bashed it and then went into the ramp.
Okay.
But like to hold the grind was the goal, and we couldn't do it.
That's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
But I just kept getting these visions of both my shins like
Yeah.
filleted,
And rightly so.
and I was just like, I gotta figure something else out. And then Colin McKay stepped up and was like, "Oh, we were talking and stuff." He's like, "I bet you could get man it," or I can't remember who said it, but Colin was a big part of that. I was staying at Colin's Airbnb.
Yeah.
I forget the cutest little beach house. It's so sick. And
I used to live there.
really? No way. Dude, oh man, you're the best.
I peed my pants once there. And,
Really?
Yeah, and I also punched the wall accidentally. Made a hole in his wall.
Accidentally.
Yeah, I was dancing. Aggressively.
I have an Idol shirt that says we're not fighting, we're just dancing.
I needed that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
I was a different guy.
That's so
So
sick.
Colin told you to do to ollie the gap to manual.
Yeah, and he's just he kind of validated that it was cool.
Yeah.
And if Colin says something's cool,
Yep.
yeah, it's like
I back it.
anybody else could say whatever they want. Colin likes it. So. And then
Is that because he's from Vancouver too?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dragons.
It's because he's Colin, but he's from Vancouver.
Got it.
That's and then when I started figuring it out, I was like, this needs to go in a line, and if I'm doing a line, I gotta treat Tony's ramp like a skate park.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
it's pretty fascinating. No
Yep.
one's ever done it like that.
Nope, never seen it.
Thanks.
What about what tricks were, or just name one trick that was just torture to learn?
The worst trick in the video part, for sure, torture. Like skill-wise, the super big rail with the anti-wax,
Yeah.
that was the hardest mental battle, for sure. That was the most strenuous, like, I could go into that story for its own whole podcast. But the own physical trick that was physically hardest was the freestyle stationary line I did on the table in the sand pits
Yeah.
in Venice. That was the hardest I've worked for a single trick.
Really?
Yeah, the dark slide to switch 5-0 is a close second.
Oh yeah, that looked that.
What the hell?
But not even a close second. There's
Yeah, I
no
know.
close second to that table line. That table line messed me up, dude. That was so hard. That was the hardest. That was the most
So
difficult.
just hours.
Hours
of trying it?
and you're in the table. There's no like walking up the stairs.
Right.
There's no other thing.
There's no break.
There's no
There's
break.
nothing to pull you out of it for a second.
No, and if you go in the sand, your
Yeah.
shoes are sandy now, and you have to resweep it all. Like you're trapped, and then it's like multiple days, and then like it was two of my hardest freestyle tricks. My stationary freestyle isn't my forte. I'm Kevin Harris. I'm Daniel Gesmer. I do flow
Yeah.
freestyle. That's where the geometry comes in.
Right.
You do a G turn, you can feel the Fibonacci sequence. You don't need to study it. You know, like you can feel it. So like that's where I like to live. But the stationary freestyle had to have representation in the video. So this is
I don't think it had to, but it's amazing that it did.
no, because like Sean Burke, like
Yeah.
there's guys like Sean Burke that could probably do that line like tomorrow, but if people see that, they're not gonna be like, oh wow, that was so hard. They're gonna be like, whatever. But when you put that next to the super rail, and before the 32 or whatever, then people have some context for how hard Sean's working. Right?
Who is
Sure.
this guy?
Yeah. Hey, I know that you have reverence for all these styles of skating and all these tricks, and it was mostly obvious he listed every inspiration for every trick.
I
at the end
wish
of the
like
video.
Sean didn't make that list because I'm just thinking of him now, you know what I mean?
Right.
And like, dude, there's 2 filmers at least that didn't make the additional filmers list in the credits.
But you're always gonna kick yourself for like, oh, I forgot this.
Like
Or I forgot-
Victor, dude. Little Vic, bro, with the like he's always with Nigel. He filmed my ender, the second angle, and he didn't make the credit list. And like we can't put him in without re-uploading
It always
the video.
happens. Though. That stuff always happens. Just take it from me. I've been here a long time.
Yeah.
That stuff always happens, and you can't dwell on it.
Yeah.
You know, you can do your best to make amends, but you can't dwell on it.
Straight up.
But he does, like at some point. It was funny because Kathy was watching. My wife was watching your video,
Oh, fuck.
and she's like,
That's so
she's like, what is all these this list of people? I go, I think those are. He's giving credit to every trick, and she's like, your name's on there. I'm like, well, that has to be the Varel heel flip lean then.
Yeah.
And then I went and I was like, oh yeah, and it's in that order.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
You checked it out.
Yeah, we watched it in the order. Yeah, and Kevin Harris with the I don't know what you call it, one-footed backwards.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Pretty
flamingo.
cool. Yeah, and and then just he does a cookie grind. He's like Eric Costin.
Yeah.
How did you become such a sweetheart?
It's pretty sick.
You always been like that?
I don't know. I think it's Canada.
It's very
I know
commendable.
Colin wouldn't do that.
Colin would do that.
Sluggo hates everybody.
No, they just.
The only person he became. He's
No, we know
credits-
Colin. We love Colin. Colin wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, come
and
on,
the-
man. Like, it's not, I lived in Canada for a couple of years. I met people that don't put credits for every person that ever did anything, or feel bad that they didn't mention every single person that helped influence you to skate.
Dude, it's just like.
Is your parents?
Yeah, it's my parents.
Right.
Yeah, they're the best
Got a
parents.
lot of love in your heart, man.
Dude, I got good parents,
It's
man.
a beautiful thing.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Amazing person. Really.
Thanks.
Very happy to witness a human like you. Good stuff, dude.
Thanks, man.
Really.
Yeah, man.
Makes
Thanks
me feel
for-
better
hey.
about the world, you know? People like you in it. Good shit. Yeah?
Thank you. I'm just happy that we get to see each other after that video's done, because I was a different person working on that thing, man. Fuck.
Yeah, because you put your heart and soul into it, man. Sounds like that's
Of
what you
course.
do with everything you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Olympics, everything you've done, you've given it everything. It's inspirational. People that just like float through life, like maybe do this, maybe do that. I don't know. I could have been this or I could have been that. Like this is a perfect example of like the passion that you've got and the get back you get from putting all that work in. Like you're euphoric, like you're doing that ride where you're like in the Matrix, like you're seeing like the ramp come at you. Most people don't understand what that is. I do. Like I've been in contests before where I was like, it's funny when you say the lying cheat. Like, I've definitely tried to be a tough guy. I tried to be like my parents. Like, I was trying to be a tough guy. Overrated. Took me a long time to get past that. But like loving something so much and it means so much, there's no comparison to it. Like, there's been contests where maybe I didn't win, but when I look back at it, it's not about winning. It was about how much I cared. Like, the passion that I had about it. Win, lose, or draw. It didn't matter. It's like, nothing compared to it. Like, I don't care about anything in the world. I've had your ride comes up. I'm like, man, that was a cool song that you played. I didn't hear any music. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
I just humming like because I pumped my own energy in to the point where I was on another planet.
Yeah.
I was in another zone.
Yeah, the music.
And you can't get you can't buy that.
No.
You know, like, it's the greatest
Or teach it.
Yeah, what?
You can't buy it or teach it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm glad you're tapping into this, because like I'm not going to the Olympics anymore. You know, I'm not striving for that, and but there's insane power in those moments in competition. There's value there.
Yep.
There's so much value there, and it's like, you know, because of how hard the work was and stuff, it's easy to be resentful. Mm-hmm. But like, I would never have, you know what I mean? Like what my dad said, he's the best dad, right? He's like, it's not about that you went to the Olympics. It's like, who are you the man after, right? So it's like, what did that make you into, right? And that's where my parents come in, right? And and it's like,
It's all formative.
yeah, it's all formative, right? So I'm not so stoked on contests right now. Well, like, maybe now I can be more because I'm not so hyper-focused on the video. But it's not like I'm anti-contest. There's so much value there, and I just love seeing everybody. Like, I can't wait. I want to go to Paris and represent. I'm going to talk to you guys later about how you can sneak me in. But
Don't look to me.
no, but
Unless you want me to push over a security guard or something, that's all I'm good for.
yeah, dude, that'd be worth a lot. Jason got me in the video.
For a minute, they were all in big trouble.
Well, I commend you just because I know that if you set out to do a video like that, there's no end game. There's no goal really to it except that you want to do it for yourself and show what you're capable of and get it out there. That's it. Like, there's no.
What's the quote? There's a way to say it, and I'm gonna mess it up. Either it's not a zero-sum game.
Right.
I don't know if I said that right, but there's no like winner and loser, and like the best example at the Olympics was the women's bowl competition, when the girl who got fourth skated so amazingly.
Yeah. And just missed a couple tricks.
Yeah, just missed one.
She was gonna win.
Yeah.
She was gonna win, and then she missed kickflip Indy, right?
Yeah, kickflip
over
Indy.
and over.
On the last hip.
Yep.
And then, but like the skaters see it.
Yep.
And all the girls go in and lift her up.
Yeah,
from all
I
the different
explain that to
countries.
people. I'm like, that was what represents skateboarding the best
That's
in terms
it.
of
That's
the competition. Yeah,
That's it. That's the message of skateboarding.
Right.
There should be T-shirts of Bryce.
Yeah, that moment, absolutely,
smiling
you're right.
like this,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
like that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and Sakura, bro, gold medal.
Yeah.
She gets to walk away with that glory. She represented her country in her country. Like, we represent countries now. It used to be teams. Like on like now it's like
It was more like clicks.
yeah, and but you know what I mean? And Sakura, she's pro for Powell.
Yep.
And she's got two sick
great.
graphics, you know,
Yep.
and she's really good at stepping into that power. She's done a really good job of being that gold medalist and setting the example, you know, because you don't know how it's going to go first round.
Yeah. Well, hey, you've done a really good job of being a spokesperson for a whole different faction of skating that it hasn't been not necessarily celebrated, but highlighted enough. But in the same way, you've created your own path. Like that's what I'm trying to say. I know you feel strongly about representing flatland, representing freestyle that doesn't move, and representing this type of stuff. But it's more that you've curated your own personality and your own style, and that is so rare. So and to have it on full display in that video, that is representative of your approach, I think.
Thank you.
And the fact that you weren't chasing Olympic dreams again. To do this, I mean, who would have done that?
Yeah.
You made the Olympic team once. You're only a better skater since then.
Yeah.
You could have made it again, but you chose to refocus, and we love it. So we appreciate it.
Take what Sean Hayes taught me and bring it to the obstacles that are never going to be in an Olympic course.
Yeah. Well, I want to see someone dark slide that snaky rail.
Dude.
I want to see anyone else try it.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, anyone tells me they're gonna do it, I'll come watch.
Well, hey Andy, we appreciate you coming on the
Yeah,
show.
man.
We're big fans.
You're the best.
Congrats on the video. Congrats on everything.
I took notes of things to say. I just want to make sure I said everything. Kevin Harris, Colin, art show. Dude, I got to say something. I got to plug the art show.
Arto, sorry.
No, actually, I'm working with Arto Sari and Swatch coming up soon.
What?
Yeah, because I ride for Swatch.
Yeah.
I wear 2 watches because of you. Because you used to wear
Yeah,
it.
because you wore them in the 80s? What
Yeah.
the hell?
I was under contract to do so.
Dude, like, that's...
Nuh-uh.
That was in the Swatch contract.
I thought it was photo incentive.
No, they said wear 2 watches. I'm like, okay,
Oh, that's so rad.
that's amazing.
That worked out.
I mean, I liked it. I wasn't like,
Yeah.
I'm unashamed.
But dude, I gotta plug something that I'm
Go
super
ahead.
excited about. It's like, did the video premiere at the new barracks, and right next door to the new barracks is a freaking art gallery, and my video premiere, I've documented, I've collected all the boards that all the tricks were done on, because all the
That's
tricks
right.
are so different. So the Dark Slide Switch 5.0 board has crazy wear on it. The Satan spin board, I love that Nodus takes the power out of Satan, because now when I say Satan, it's just Nodus backwards. It's not the devil. So the Satan spin has like crazy wear on the grip tape, and I think it's like an exhibit. It is an exhibit, and I presented them hanging from the ceiling at the new barracks, and I pitched it to the guy next door, and he says, I'm doing an art show in Paris for the Olympics, and I'm missing an athletic element. And I'm like, I'm ready, dude. I wasn't ready yesterday, but I'm ready today. And that's happening. So we're going to do an art show in Paris. And I'm not sure what we're going to do with the boards, whether we sell them or not, but we are auctioning off one probably way before this comes out. But that's too exciting not to mention.
Yeah, congrats. That's amazing.
Thank you.
I do have a question when you're talking about the Nodus, the Satan spin.
Yeah.
How is it that you end up talking to like 4 cops and explaining a trick that you're about to try on a public street?
You're tied into this. Isn't that hilarious? This is a Tony Hawk story as well.
Did you see how he's like explaining to the cops what he's going to do, and then
Yeah.
he goes and spins on the fire, and I was like,
Yeah.
how are you? And they're all fascinated?
Yeah, because listen to the way he talks, dude.
All right,
I'd
go
let him
ahead.
do it.
But you were down the street. You were at the Dior fashion show at the Venice sign, a block away.
Oh, wild.
And all the cops were there for police presence during the fashion show.
Okay.
Dude, someone at Great White, like my favorite restaurant, they're like, and Osby's another favorite restaurant. But anyways, someone at Great White was like, oh, there's a Christian fashion show. And I thought it was like Bible fashion.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was Christian
Christian
Dior.
Dior, yeah.
I was like, so like, this is gonna be so weird. And then I was like, oh, it's Dior. I thought it was Christian. And I was like, but anyways, so
That is so funny.
there's a lot of
There was a lot of cops.
there's a
Yeah,
lot of cops.
yeah.
And then since then, and then the cops came back later, and we were taking the photo. They were like, "Can we be in the photo?" Or I was like, "Can you be in the photo?" And there's 2 cops, and they're the same cops from that. Dude,
That's
and,
wild.
And later on in life, freaking cop driving down the street, and I'm pushing, and he pulls over all aggressively right in front of me, and I'm like, "Do I take a right and avoid this
Yeah.
guy?" Like, no, just look forward, keep going. And he's like, "Hey, remember that time with the fire hydrant?" And I was like, "Yo, what's up?" He's like, "It's been a while, you know, like,
Oh, my God. That's
oh,
amazing.
like Sergeant, like, what's up?"
Oh man.
Yeah, that Dior thing, they had some. Oh man, I can't remember. There was a skater that helped to design a collection.
That's why you had the pool-colored pants.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, and then they gave me. They're like, "Do you want to come see it? And we'll dress you up." Okay. And that's how I
That's
got
so
there.
cool.
Yeah, it
I
was
didn't.
cool.
I didn't see the dress. Sorry, not that you didn't
I
wear
mean,
dress,
it's,
but
it's out there. I don't know. I still have the gear, but But the pants were kind of a lighter blue than this, and they go, "What's the color of concrete?" I was like, "Okay, that's a stretch, but."
He had Venice concrete colored pants.
Yeah.
That's sick. I feel like Etnies does that, like their color
Well, hey,
schemes.
we were both there representing skating. You to the cops, me to, I don't know, Zoolander.
High fashion.
Zoolander.
Dude, okay, we gotta go. Is there anything else?
You know they have electronic devices you can keep notes on?
No
Yeah.
way, dude. This guy's from the past. You got to be
That's
joking.
true, yeah. He's looking it up with 2 swatches on, so.
Oh, dude, last idea, free idea for the world. Okay. By the way, this is Sketch Wallet, best brand ever wallet, sketchbook. So, dude, freaking street spots are the best, obviously, and then skate parks are like we like replicas of street spots.
Yeah.
Pool skaters figured this out forever ago with Blue Haven pools. You pick the construction company that makes the best pools. So, like, why aren't we paying attention to the construction companies that have made the most iconic street spots and get them to design skate parks? You could have the same geometry.
I think it's more the architect, but yeah, you got on something.
Like the metal because I got this from grinding the Long Beach handrail at the convention center. It was the 29 stair, and it's uncomfortably high, and there's a big crack before it. But I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it because when I was 15, Hippie Mike had filmed me for Authentic. He filmed me doing a 5 stair handrail in Surrey, in North Surrey, in the hood out there, and it was the exact same construction company. So I knew I could skate the rail. I knew I could get onto it because I was like, I did this years ago with this construction company. I don't know what the company is, but like Dumb Data or something, like some YouTube dude who's into research, like, can you get on this?
Darling, the way your mind works is God's own private mystery.
Holy
That's
shit. Man.
It's a Wild at Heart quote. You got it.
Okay.
But we love it.
I get.
That's amazing.
You're amazing.
You're amazing. Thank you, because you are freaking unreal. I love it, dude. I'm so happy I got to meet you. What a special person.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Thanks for coming
Thanks,
down here.
dude. So awesome.
Thank you for having
So
me.
to have
Even
you.
before
Congrats
the
on
part-
everything, and
Wow.
and we're excited to see what's next.
Yeah.
because I know you got stuff coming up.
Yep.
Bro.
I know things are brewing in there.
Bro.
That
And they're
ain't hard to
beyond
figure
anything
out.
that they're brewing in our brains.
No,
Yeah.
because you get laser focus, you can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Right? So now there's like some time to like
Yeah, and now you're gonna come up with
Breathe.
even crazier stuff.
water some other things. Thank
Thanks,
you.
man. Hell yeah.
Thank you. We got out here.
The magic. What is it?
Oh, Crazy Wisdom.
Crazy wisdom.
Crazy
Go watch
Wisdom.
Crazy Wisdom now that you know all the insight to it.
Thank you.
Thanks,
for,
buddy.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was fun.
That was great.
sick.